Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the Big D Coin Channel. It's DC on the Big D with the Kennedy 1969 half-dollar coin. It says Liberty way up around Kennedy, kind of starts right near his chin with the L, goes up. E is in his hair, R is in his hair. Have you guys noticed that? So when you go way up the top, the way they did it, well, the B touches here a little bit. The E, you can't even see the bottom of it. The R, you could not tell whether that's an R or a P, really, can you? The way that the hair is set up, that could easily be a P. I think it's an R, but it's a kind of a funny R coming out. It almost looks like his hair sticking up there. And then the T and the Y are separate, and they got plenty of space for themselves over here behind him. Look right in here and you'll see a little kind of chip mark there. And this happens all the time with half-dollar coins, and that is they hit each other in the minting process when they're going through the hopper, getting ready to come out, and they make these gouges in each other. So that's what's going on there. We see we got a few extra lines beneath his eyes, a few worry lines, I guess, that weren't supposed to be there but kind of came from the process. And you see the actual worry lines that are engraved on there right there. And you can, this one's a pretty good shape one. You can see his eyebrows really well in the eye. And then back here you can see a couple more dings in his hair. This is a uncirculated mint set coin. This has never been in circulation anywhere. It came straight from the mint. This in 1969 they had the so-called PDS mint sets, and the well, they had the PD mint sets, and then they had an S. But unfortunately, they didn't make any Ps for the PD set. So if you buy the uncirculated mint set, you can only get a D. There's only $1 in the 1969 uncirculated mint set, and that is the D. If you want the S, you have to actually get the proof set. Down here underneath, you can see kind of, it looks like these two R's intertwined. It's really a G and an R. And that's for Gilroy Roberts, who was the engraver of this coin. Gilroy Roberts was the chief engraver of the United States Mint from 1948 till 1965. This was his kind of last big job, and a great job he did going out. I'm looking at this and I notice it's a little bit extra on the back here. This is a little tiny bit offset. You see this sometimes in the coins. See how the rim is inside the coin a little bit and the coin actually sticks out past the rim. Once in a while you'll see that, and that means that of course on this side stuff's going to be a little closer to the rim, and it's a little, what they've done is they've moved it over this way just a little tiny bit. It doesn't give it any real additional value. We tip it up and we see it's a, whoa, I was going to say a copper nickel clad copper, but this is a 69, remember. So there is some copper and nickel in there, but there's 40% silver. When this first came out in 1964, 90% silver. But then from 65 until 1970, so 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and 70, this was a 40% silver coin. So it does have some value. $4 or $5 just in silver value. It says United States of America at the top. If we go way up, we can see the 50 stars going around the outside. We see dots here before United States of America and dot here after. Not too stylized, this United States of America, just kind of in all caps, no small o or anything else going on there. We get down here and we see that it's an eagle holding a banner. It says E Pluribus Unum, these little balloon kind of things up there and 13 stars. Well, 9 stars up there and 4 down here. See how they go up there and then they kind of float down here? So we have the original 13 colonies. The eagle is a shield in front of it. On the left side here, we see that there is not only an olive branch, but some olives. You can see them really well on the $half. And on the right side, for us, or the eagle's left talon, we see it's holding arrows with the feathers sticking down. And then right there, you see the engraver of the back of this coin. And this was the next big engraver of coins, and that was Frank Gasparro, who, after Gilroy Roberts, was kind of the go-to guy. Of course, he did the Eisenhower dollar, and he did Frank Gasparo did. He did the back of the Lincoln penny, the Lincoln Memorial penny, and he did the Susan B coins. All right, so if you tip it up, so look for these because they are really valuable and they're fun to get. If you want to get a proof set, you can get one. The 1969 S proof set, they made 2.9 million. They originally sold it for $5. Now it's worth only about $7. Except that you need to be careful when you look at it because sometimes you'll get them with a lot of kind of stuff on them like this. All right, so that's all we have today from DC at Big D Coins. Oh, and I just wanted to show you what came before. So this was the Franklin coin, Franklin $half, and that came out in 1948 and went till 1963. On the Franklin half, some people have asked me about this, asked Big D about this, the mint marks on the back above the bell. So this is the Franklin half from this one's from 1958, but they made it until 1963. And then midway through the Franklin half's run, President Kennedy was assassinated. And so in 1964, they rushed through and made a 90% silver $half, and then after that it went to 40%. All right, that's all we have today from Big D Coins. Love to have you subscribe to the Big D Coin channel. Leave any comments you might have in the comments section.